You caught me. Welcome back, Brew Crew, to another episode of Shedding Your Skin. This week we have a special guest, Greg and TJ from Ripp'n Reptiles. But before we get to that, there's somebody else doing something really, really, really cool over on Instagram, and that's Jay. Uh, and he's doing a 36-hour live to donate to USARK Florida. So there are the links, right? Boom, boom. And as always, we should always be supporting USARK, right? Let me find the thing. Boom. And I'm a bronze member. Always am. Next year may be silver, but yeah, let's keep it going. All right, let's see who else is in here. We got Tammy from Tamithus Reptiles. Thanks for tuning in. We got Kai from Lucas Landon. Thank you. Thank you. We got 905 Royals. Thanks for tuning in. We got Ken from Kent State. LMK. Let's go. Who else is still here? We got Charlie in the chat. And speaking of Charlie in the chat, he's going to be on tomorrow night with Jeremy at Warfels Morph. So please be sure to check that out. And without further ado, let's bring out our guests. All right. So Greg and TJ, tell us where you're from, what you've been doing, how long you've been in this.
Okay, so I'm Greg, and this is TJ. We are with Ripp'n Reptiles. We are from the Eastern Shore of Virginia. It's actually, people think that the Eastern Shore is only of Maryland, but there's a southern tip that is actually belongs to Virginia as well. So we're about 30 minutes outside of Virginia Beach. We just got into Rep. As a matter of fact, we each bought our first snake in April of last year. And very quickly, I learned that it was something that was going to help me a lot through some depression and anxiety issues that I was having at the time. And decided that I wanted to try to share that with others. So we decided we were going to get into the breeding aspect of things. And at first we were going to take a slow and steady approach and grow our animals up from younglings and hatchlings, but we had an opportunity to pick up a couple adult females, so we did. And we're in the process of pairing 10 now. We have seen what we think is an ovulation from one so far, so we're crossing fingers and toes and hoping to get some eggs on the ground soon.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, that ovulation, it looks like the snake swallowed a Nerf football.
Yeah.
No, I mean, once you see that big, like, there's swells, right? And then you see that Nerf football, and it's like, all right, we're gonna get eggs. Yeah, man, I do appreciate that. Like, these animals help me throughout my dealings in my own life, right? Like,
immensely.
Just boot the snoot. You have one animal that'll do something for you, and it's just awesome. Like, to have these things here, which is why, again, we should always support USARK. They fight for our rights as reptile keepers. And so I mean, you guys getting in and then realizing that you can get breeder females and then get in, level yourself up right away. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. We didn't intend for it to take off as quickly, I guess, but we kind of went from 3 snakes to 45, and I don't know.
I love how Greg coughed with that.
That's because Greg went from lecturing us about we're not going to go fast oh crap, there's 10 breeder females that our favorite pet shop just picked up and we should go look at them. And, we're standing there at 10 o'clock the next day when they open, banging on the door, because Greg doesn't get up at 10 o'clock for shit. And we were standing there. We had to drive an hour plus to get there. So, yeah, that's...
I mean, yeah, at some point, there's this Pokemon type of thing, right? Like, I'm a millennial. I grew up with freaking Pokemon, and it's like you have to have them all, gotta catch them all, right? And then you finally, realize there's real animals, and yeah, I mean,
I've
you get
collected
one
any
more.
animal I could bring into my house since I was old enough to walk. So, and when we had kids, I had to stop doing that because animals, kids, the government prefers you pay for your kids over your animals, So, but now the kids are in college, so now
So
we
now
can
you're back to being able to get the animals. Yeah, I didn't have that thing happen yet because I'm 34 now. Hey, I got the age right. But yeah, I mean, there's just something. Yeah, I got a dog over there, but I mean, there's just something about having these scaly friends, right?
We had hit a couple like smaller shows around here when we decided that we wanted to breed, and like one of the first animals that I bought that I wanted to breed, I bought a pair of fireflies, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're a simple combo, but I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous, and you can see them from across a football field, And I'm
Yeah.
all about bright colors and contrast in my animals, and I prefer animals to be clean. I know a lot of people like the gravelly type patterns and things like that. That's really not my thing. I like a clean pattern. I like bright colors and contrasts, and they just grabbed my eyes pretty quickly. And then when I saw Justin coming out with like the magma and the Pompeys, I was like, oh, I need to have that, but I don't want to buy that. I want to make that. That's going to be my holy grail snake for me to be able to make something like that for myself.
Awesome. I mean, there is a holy grail snake as well, but that is
Yeah,
Greg's like snake he wants to make, and for me, that would be it's hard right now. I mean, I think like something like Garrick DeMeyer would do, like an Ultramel, Pied, Hypo, something or other, something like that.
yeah.
He, Ken from LMK is asking, anybody else watching WrestleMania? No, I'm not. The only real wrestling happened 2 weeks ago when I got COVID. Uh, when they were
sensitive
10 national
wrestling.
champions crowned. That's my joke.
He's
Yeah,
out. He's done with wrestling.
was good, Rudy. Yeah, I at least done with Tulsa. Uh, I can take the fried food any day, but not the COVID. And I actually think the COVID came from somebody that we know in our group. So we
It's the
just kind of
gift that keeps giving.
it just kind of sucked, right? You take that one test and the whole party. But anyway, to make the best of a bad situation, you know, is what it is.
I mean, at least you got to spend time with your snakes and catch up on your podcasts and
Yeah, catch up with everything. Watched all
season
the
the
last
smoker. I
episode.
mean, you're good, man.
Yeah, season the smoker, make some food Greg wants to eat, and probably is will be
Absolutely.
driving up here to eat. Given that bacon that I smoked the other day, but yeah, I mean it was like 2 weeks just home. I mean, I went to work yesterday, so I mean that was holy shit. I left.
Yeah, we felt like that too. Look, it's a running joke here because I'm a paramedic. I spent 2.5 years transporting critical care COVID patients. Never caught it. We were fine. I was taking showers on the patio, scrubbing myself in Lysol. We were great. Took Greg to finally gave in and went to the movie theater. Took Greg to see a movie on Father's Day, and we all caught it. All of us instantly, and we were dead. I mean, like, couldn't get off. I felt horrible because I had it and couldn't even take care of him and the kids. Like, I'd like crawl off the couch and like throw Pop Tarts and drugs at kid everybody and crawl back on the couch.
Here, Pop Tarts, Dayquil, let's go.
I'm like, yeah. So I was like, yep, I feel absolutely useless. It's ridiculous. 2 years of literally like putting my face in people's faces with it, and I'm good. But let's go to the movie theater and try to kill the whole family in one full swap. You know?
I mean, that's how I felt. Like we went, like my dad has an autoimmune deficiency. My mom's a cancer survivor, so we were really like when COVID broke out. I was like, nope, nope. I'm gonna miss your birthday, my birthday, whatever. Once this is, we got something that we know what's going on, I'll come hang out. And that wanted to be in the summer. Flash forward, me and my dad go to Tulsa for wrestling and both get it.
Yep.
3 years later.
Poor Greg. We put him in a bubble, literally, and I felt horrible because I was leaving the house all the time, literally to go pick up COVID positive patients. I was showering at the hospital, coming home, scrubbing on the patio. I'm sure I'm going to have cancer from Lysol. He's going to have cancer from Lysol. The dogs are going to have cancer from Lysol. But he pretty much was in a bubble for 2 years because I turned in. He was on infusions when COVID opened up. Yeah, he was literally on what little immune system he had. He was on meds that was killing the rest of it. So I was like, yeah, you're kind of, nope, you're not leaving the house. You're out.
Yeah, I mean, it like for me, it sucked. Like, I mean, I heard it was worse, before we were vaccinated and whatnot and took precautions. But I mean, last weekend blew. If you've seen me on lives last weekend, COVID brain, something like that, maybe.
You lose like weeks at a time.
But like yesterday, when I finally went back to work, it's the first day I wasn't just like napping. Like I would do work and then nap.
I do that now.
And then do more work and then nap again. It's like it sucked.
Well, when we had it, I had just went on. Which I'd been working full time, but as a contractor. But my company had just signed me on as a full time, like long term employee, and I just started with the new team, and it was right at the height of COVID. So I was like trying to sit up in my desk chair, trying to look like I was, not dying. It's nice to meet you guys, as I was, sucking down oxygen. It was awesome.
So what I didn't realize is like I've never drank so much like liquids in my life. Now, mind you, I'm a wrestler, right? Back in the day, I wrestled, so drinking water wasn't really a thing. It was, dehydrate yourself to make weight. But like even now, I'm still sucking down fluids. Like it's ridiculous. Like I went through like a pallet of Gatorade the past week. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
The weakness was killer. I mean, I didn't have the energy to get up out of my chair, and it was just that. I think I stayed in bed most of that week.
Yeah, we live in a 3-story house. The stairs were not helpful.
No, I had, especially the arthritis was killing me.
That's why I said I literally got up and would crawl. Here, have Pop-Tarts, have drugs. I'm going back downstairs to the couch. They all stayed up here for the most part.
We actually had to delay my infusion on that, so then the arthritis really flared.
Yeah, it was not fun, which I know it's not fun for anybody, but I was just glad nobody ended up in the hospital because we had...
Yeah, that's the scary part. But anyway, TJ, show off your shirt. That I know we talked about backstage.
Boy, Boza.
Yep.
Speaking of Boza.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's probably... I think he's helping out with the...
Oh.
He might be
Greg,
down
I think
today.
yours is on your back.
Somebody type Boza 3 times and click your heels in the chat.
I mean, we usually joke about saying Ultramel 3 times and then Jaffe will show up. Or me, depending on who's in the chat. But yeah,
Greg's got his on his back, but yeah.
Yeah, Aaron, Kike, Boza, whatever you call him, he is a super supporter of this community, and like be like him at the end of the day, right?
What advice would you give somebody?
Rats are expensive.
That's like,
yeah.
If you're actually going to breed, make sure that you either have a dependable food source, or that you're willing to breed your own if your food sources become
unavailable. Vern, that's a good point. I agree with the breeding your own rodents or providing your own dubia or whatever if you have lizards.
I think that's the one thing that kind of caught us off guard that we weren't expecting was the cost of the feeders.
Well, we also went from like a small rat being $3 to being almost $7. And
is that a pet store prices, like when you're going out into the community to buy them, or is that your local?
That's really the only place that sells live around here, unless we can find somebody that does it on the side, and they're usually pretty limited around here because they're breeding for themselves.
Well, Virginia people that are listening, if you have access, somebody's here to buy them.
We've got a few of them, and we pick them up when they have them available. But
yeah, like if they're like me, it's like when they're available, or when you're like, if you're like me, you're trying to hawk them off for something else, right? Like these rats or snakes or whatever.
Well, and last summer I started breeding rats, and I probably should have done some more research or talked to somebody more, but when I started, nobody told me that you can't just throw common lab rats in and breed those because they suck. So I kept losing rats and couldn't keep them healthy, and I was like, well, this is just shit because I can't feed these. We can't.
When you say lab rats, what do you albino?
The albino Norwegians.
Yeah, just those white. The scraggly ones that you pick up just from your regular pet stores. The ones that I think they call them quick feeders, basically.
So, I mean, I don't know how many more I have still left. I mean, I've brought in other genetics, right? So I have the grays, the blue, like a bunch of different colored rats going on, right? And I had the Rex in my collection, right? Now, a Super Rex is a hairless rat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you've ever seen what a ball python poops one of them out as, you'll only want to sell those as pets. So, it's the equivalent of the ball python natty splatties, if you get that reference. But so, I mean, it's a great pet seller, right? That hairless Rex, right? Hairless rat. That's cool, right? But not great for snake feeding. So I bred all of that out. I knew who were my carriers, so now I just have the like the hoodeds, the blues, the grays.
Yeah.
Cool still pet rats, right? There's some blacks with some like pandas, whatnot. I don't know the rat genes specifically, but I know most of them are Dumbos because they got the big ass ears.
I still don't know a whole lot about the genes, but I know that those, what they call common lab rats, is what most people refer to them as. They're just the regular red-eyed, scraggly-looking rats generally. Yeah, they're prone to the tumors in their necks. You'll see them. They usually have like the jaw tumors. They're really easily infected with their own bacteria, with respiratory infections. We just couldn't keep them alive. The males are pretty hardy if you can get a decent one. And don't get me wrong, we do have a couple of the females that are really hardy that hung around, but for the most part, I couldn't keep them alive, and it's useless to keep trying when they're just going to keep dying. I was complaining one day when I was picking up rats. I was just happened to be out near Richmond for work, and I stopped at a place out there because I wasn't going to make it back through to our normal place before I got on time. And I was just making a general conversation because he had different colors, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't use those common lab rats." I was like, "Oh, why?" And he explained that they die. He can't keep them alive long enough to make a good colony, and he explained all that. And I was like,
"That's good shit."
And that's why. So he said, "Oh, well, somebody should have told you that." And I was like, "Well, probably, but I also, it's not something you think about. They're rats. They're rodents. The damn things breed themselves in the sewers,
Right, so, but when you're constantly breeding from that whole one line, it's going to cause issues.
Yeah.
I've only had one that has been all tumory. I missed it because I didn't cull when I should have and replace that colony. So, I mean, there's the timeline for breeding rodents. I would think once they're viable to about maybe 8 months later.
Mm-hmm.
Once you hit that 8-month mark, I mean, they're still used. I will sell them off as pets, right? If I can. If not, they go to BOA food for my friends in the community. There's a certain, like, I don't want them to get to that one point where they're going to die of natural causes unless they're living their life out as a pet. That makes sense. I might be a demon for, wanting my rats to be
Rat Nazi.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, and we have 2, I think, left that had a neck tumor that I was able to heal up without having to cull them. It didn't get horrible to the point that I felt, that I couldn't heal it. So I gave it a shot. It healed. And I just kept them as maternity mamas. I won't rebreed them. I'm not going to put it back in. But they're great mothers. Like, they make milk. They stay healthy. They're great mothers. They'll take anything. They eat wonderfully. So I keep them in their own little tub. And when I have, if I'll pick up a ton of fuzzies or something when we get extras and throw them in. And I'm not going to put it back into our breeding stock, but I can still use them. So.
And that's the great thing about Norwegians, right? That they are excellent mothers, right? You can have one that might be sickly-ish, maybe towards the end with the tumors and whatnot. But you lose one mom over here, she can still nurse all those pups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have, a colony that has entirely too many pups, right? Like we're saying, like 60 to like a 1.3. I mean, that's a lot. So there's going to be some stragglers there. So if you take the ones that aren't growing as well and put them with that mom you have sitting over there, then maybe they'll
we have to supplement. I cheat and we'll buy, like, was it week before last, we bought like 40 fuzzies knowing that I could throw them in with those maternity mamas and they'd grow up. We'd have pups in the next couple weeks, so it saved us quite a bit of money.
Nice. I mean, there's always a way around it. For me, it was breeding.
I actually didn't give her a shot. What I did is I used, what is it called? Yep.
Not give me latte. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I have to go get the, now I can't think of it. I use it on everything. It's actually a spray. It's it's Vetricin. It's a spray. You can get it from PetSmart. It's literally just a wound spray, and it keeps me from having to put anything in my rats. Like if I get any kind of wound, I spray it on the wounds. And honestly, I've started using it as well. Like if I get a group of pups or something that start sneezing a lot, I'll put them in their own little tank and put them on newspaper and kind of spritz the tank with the Vetricin, and it clears them all up.
Malacio might be at Chick-fil-A, but make sure you tune in later on tonight to check him out on Sophisticated Ignorance Podcast. I think that's what the hell he named it. It's something cool. It's on a 10. So be sure to check that out. Still dealing with the COVID and remembering the name of that podcast.
Did that answer the question?
I think so. Before I interrupt it.
Yeah, it's Vetricin. If you message me on Instagram, I can send you a link to it. I've lived by that stuff for years between most of my animals.
You can't tell. I kind of delegated the rat breeding to her. I do not have the patience for it. I'm going to be
Oh, come on! You don't want to be elbow deep in, piss and wood bedding and
No, I
whatnot.
watched her getting bit by those rats so many damn times, and if I get bit by a rat, there's gonna be a splat on the wall.
I actually don't get bit much anymore. I did it first. Dear God, I got bit so many times, but here I haven't been bit in quite a while now.
I got bit the other day when I first cleaned. When I, had come back. There he is. There's the
Hey,
guy.
look, here you go.
There he is.
Yeah, I got
TK.
Check it out, Boza. Somebody's wearing your shirt.
I told you, say his name 3 times, it couldn't pop up.
But yeah, I it started smelling from what I could smell here, and it had been a while, and I had to move all the food and whatnot from front of the place to the rat room, so I was being reluctant. But last time I was cleaning one bit me in the finger.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, really, I'm cleaning you out of your filth, and you choose to bite me.
I'll take a snake bite from the biggest one we have 10 times over to a rat.
Oh,
Look, when we first, that's the other thing. The lab rats are a lot more aggressive. These little, look, the guy from Richmond, I got to give him props. He loaded me up that day with some of his breeding stock, and those pudgy little brown bastards are some of the friendliest things. And they're healthy and shiny and fat.
that's good, Mark.
And the mamas give us like 15, 16 babies a litter every time.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some that are great. I've had some that are like, I love this guy, and I bring him out, and he bites me on a camera. Or before I can even get to the camera, like I'm backstage while somebody else showing off a snake, and this rat that I enjoy bites the crap out of my finger.
Wait, who is it that's got the bit? Pat has that huge.
Yeah, Pat's got
Pat.
I think it's Remy now, or Ratatouille. I forget what it is.
I think it's Remy.
But he's got a new rat that chills on his shoulder. But yeah, I mean, the rat game is the part of this thing, and this is a ball python channel, and we're talking about rats.
Well, I wish someone had talked to us about rats a little bit more.
Yeah, it was hard to learn, but I mean, it's again one of those things you got to kind of ask people, but.
Yeah, as long as your food is right, your enclosures are right, you're good.
That's not gonna work.
There it goes. That's the stuff that I use.
Hold on. So layout, there you go. And that's the Vetericin wound care.
Yep.
So screenshot that, and there we go.
Yep. Tractor Supply. Pet Smart doesn't carry it. I know Tractor Supply carries it, and you can get it online from a bunch of places, but that little bottle will last you a year for real. It's just like an 8-ounce bottle.
No. So it's kind of like the dewormer that I have for my dog, right? That I just use as a prophylactic.
Yeah, it's like it's literally like little antibacterial spray that mom, the stuff that mom always says won't burn.
Burns.
Yeah, it burns, but it's some kind of. I've used it. Used to use it on wounds in the barn all the time, but keeps me from having to put anything in the rats. And
Mark, depending where you're at, they are desert field mice.
yeah, those are not Virginia friendly.
But the prairie field mice might be.
Maybe. I know in our luck.
We'll make up something that the pet store can sell. Well, yeah. Back to ball pythons. So I mean, it's what I love doing. What everything behind me is all about. So you guys just got in. But now I noticed on your Instagram, you've had some things that look like they're ovulating, look like they might be getting ready. So, what are you excited for, like this coming year?
Eggs on the ground. Don't care what they are. Don't care who they come from. Eggs on the ground. That's our short-term goal this year.
Eggs on the
We
ground.
kind of use this year as a building year to try and get steps for the next few years worth of projects.
Yeah. Honestly, we got some pie clutches that we're hoping for.
We've got an
We've got we got a lot of bells. We put the main one that we were counting on breeding this year didn't breed. We had a banana Anchi clown that he wasn't ready to go. So we've switched gears and put my bamboo pinstripe or nitrous to we put him to a lesser yellow belly pastel, and we also put him to a Mojave Spectre Het Orange Ghost.
Which the lesser is possibly a Who's Your Daddy clutch, because she came bred to a butter DG, so hoping for the DG, but
yeah, when we bought her, we thought she was gravid, and the guy who sold her thought she was gravid too.
Okay.
So we didn't pair her much at all at first, because we just, she's a big girl, and we really haven't handled her much. She spent most of her time in the drawer because we just didn't want to disturb her in case she was gravid. But turns out I don't think she was. She went through this birth there where she started eating again, so she probably reabsorbed. So we felt good to go ahead and throw
that, or she's just really slow to grow. She was like 15 on the ultrasound in October.
So you guys do have an ultrasound?
We don't.
But you have access to one.
Yeah, we partnered up with a friend of ours. She's got one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So for me, I had my girl that laid last year. I paired her small because I didn't know whether or not she was male or female. I just threw my male in because she was doing female things. And she ballooned up to I want to say 1,600 grams. And then when she laid, she was about 900, right? Like sucked out windsock.
Wow.
Aww.
Right? And now she's almost 2,000 grams up at my buddy's house going, I don't want to breed. Now, we figure out to be heteropied, right? So he's got a firefly male that I don't know which one is the problem, either the new breeder or my girl's just like, nah. I've been through that last year. I ain't doing it again.
We've had a couple of our girls who just don't like anything but a certain male, and you put anything else in the tub with them, and they're like, where's my boy at?
I had this happen today. And this was with a pairing I had done before, right? My ultra pin to my pied. I've done that countless times. You can watch the shorts, watch the post about them locking up, because that's my project. And this guy and girl are like bopping around the cage enclosure, fighting today. Like, I have no clue what the hell's going on. They've calmed down now. But it's just been like, what is going on?
We've got one boy, I swear he makes you think he's going to knock the entire rack over before he finally settles down. He's just big and loud.
God.
He's never hurt anybody. He's just huge.
You hear him thumping around the tubs and you think they're fighting in there. It's just violent. But he's one of those snakes that just throws his entire body around, but he's huge. So
yeah, he is. He's almost 6 feet, and he's right about 2,000 grams now. He's a big boy.
That's a big boy. I mean, most of my boys are about 700 to 1,200, or not. 700, 1,200.
Yeah, last showed him last weekend, and somebody asked me if I'd popped him to make sure it was a boy. But he is. He's all boy. He's just big.
Yeah. He's gorgeous, though. I mean, he's Enchi leopard het pied, and he's just absolutely beautiful snake. Can't wait to get sponsoring from him. But
yeah, in fluffy terms, he's damn.
See, you were talking about a big guy and relatively friendly, and I'm looking to the guy on your actual left to my right.
Not him. He's an asshole.
Keep him under control, but that's all right. He's not as hard as he makes it out to be.
That's just because you're the sugar mama.
That's right.
Hey, Greg, show off that awesome Yeti that you have right now. There's something about this one.
It's taking a beating. I carried this thing in my patrol car for what 2 years or so.
Yeah, a long time.
Before I left. My former chief's son made us all a bunch of these for our Christmas gifts one year. It's actually Cerakoted, and then he scuffed it out and put the stencil on and hit it with Cerakote again, and then he baked them for us. So the surface stays pretty strong. I still managed to scratch mine one night, but we won't talk about how that happened.
He's rough on the equipment.
Yeah.
Not that I have room to talk, but he's rough on the equipment.
I mean, but that's pretty cool that you have a custom Yeti.
Yeah, we're planning on doing some of those with our logo. I'm really anxious to have about a half dozen of those for myself.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's something like Nikki from Mutation Creation. It's not here right now, but she did the whole, fake Yeti with your logo and sticker and whatnot.
Yeah.
On there.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I love that thing, but
we've got the coffee cup version, the little. It's not Yeti, but it's the it's like an 11-ounce coffee cup tumbler with our logo on it.
I have one of those too.
Yeah, that's on our store.
That's on our store, yeah.
Let's just start. Hopefully everybody's at. Yeah, Jeff and Angie, I'm over COVID, maybe. And these guys are mainly the Angies have a show on later tonight. I don't know who your victim is. I think it's Shane.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm surprised Juicy's not in here.
I mean,
give it time.
Yeah, I'll say give it a minute.
Is Juicy gonna show up?
I don't know. The last couple times I've been in chat, Juicy's popped in. So,
I mean, I think it's great. I love what those guys do. Honestly, the Angies are like a highlight of my Saturday night.
Yeah, they were fun.
They are ridiculous on how they bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
You got Angie from Jar.
She'll say something crazy.
Angie from Celtic would be like,
for the record, I took a lot of shit for last weekend, for just so y'all know.
I mean, you earned it. Just saying.
Hey, man, that mom juice.
She partook in a lot of the mom juice, and she was mixing mom juices, and, it got ugly.
It did not get ugly. It was fun.
It did get ugly.
I slept with the bucket, but that's fine.
That's what I meant by getting ugly.
I thought it was fine. You didn't think it was fine. I thought it was fine.
I mean, it's always funny. It is and it isn't at the same time. I'm just sharing out the chat here. Greg can attest to the fact that I stay up late with him and talk about music.
It's great, Jeremy. I thought it was absolutely fun.
I will tell Greg about things musically that he has no care about.
Some of your music, man, and I'm a pretty diverse guy when it comes to music. Okay. Some of your stuff, it's just not an era or a genre that I'm much into. But
come on, you gotta love Gangsta Grass.
We hit on a lot of other things. We can go back to the metalhead stuff all day long, and we can go. But some of it, you lose me. I apologize the other night, man. I woke up and I had like 15 messages from me, man. I was dead to the world.
Oh, yeah. And it was probably like 3 for me, but, I've been stuck home with COVID, so human interaction hasn't been adequate. And there's your dog walking away.
Oh, he's stuck up mommy's ass constantly. Yeah, TJ screaming at me not to scream downstairs at her.
But yeah, so as much as we have fun on here and on these panels, check out my banner. And I don't know what the hell I freaking did. Oh, I see what I did. But here's one thing I want to hark on. Go support US Arc. Boom. If at worst you can be a bronze member, go ahead and do that. And if you can't even do that, then go check out Jay's Arc of Life on Instagram. He's doing a 36-hour live that started at 10 a.m. this morning. And here's the thermometer of what he's going to do when you donate to USARK Florida. I mean, that's just insane, right? I mean, Chili Pepper were probably already there. 5 wax.
He was doing the wax strips when we were on there earlier, before we jumped on with you. So
Yeah, I think he was
his hair.
jumping the gun. I mean, he was either way. He's willing to do a hell of a lot of things to support USARK and USARK Florida. So, I hope you have 2 screens open, one looking at whatever the hell he's doing right now to support this hobby and this community, and of course, watching me talking with Greg and TJ. Take that off.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he or she is. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you're at. Whatever the hell happens in Florida will trickle up to the rest of the states, and unfortunately, we might have to, bear the brunt of whatever the hell they decide down there.
Yeah.
And
I understand their situation there. It's a pretty unique situation in that a lot of the animals are.
Did TJ bring out snakes? We can show off snakes. There we go.
I have to go downstairs to get them, so
Who do we got? They have names, right?
Yes. This is Padme.
Mm-hmm.
This is Padme. She is just pastel as far as we know.
Head clown.
Head clown. Possible. We gotta have her tested still. But she will be. I have no doubts that she'll be coming online in the spring for us.
Awesome. She's
in the 800 range now, so mid-8s, I believe.
Yeah, she'll probably hit that 1,000-gram wall like they all do.
I don't know that this one will. She pounds food and doesn't miss a meal for anything.
Like what I've noticed, Greg, is when they have their cycles, it all depends when they hit that wall. So I've had one that just blew past it and is like ready to go right now.
Let me ask you something. Have you seen when yours have come into their adult stage, I guess? Have you seen a change in their color when they become adults when they're ready to breed?
There's a glow up, when they're rabid and
I'm not talking about when they're rabid. I'm not talking about when you're actually breeding.
There's Juicy.
That's all. But I'm talking about when they come of age and they start producing follicles. Do you see a change then? Because like in the last since her last shed, this girl, she was getting pretty dark and she has really brightened up color wise, and the pastel has really started to come back out in her with every shed. She gets brighter again.
So,
and
let go of my arm.
One of the things I've noticed is for that 1,000-gram wall, it tends to be your females that should go that year but are not big enough, so they go off of food, right? Because they think I should be getting locked up and then go back on food, but they're too small, so we don't pair them. That's where I think that wall is. That's just my opinion. But I haven't seen anybody get a glow up there with the color. What's good, Ashley? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, it's something. Maybe I'll look at that.
They're still her and the one that they're still on like day 3 or 4. They're back up to the window looking for more. They're as bad as corn snakes for real.
Corn snakes. That was my first snake. We named him Viper because I'm an idiot. It was an albino corn snake we got back in 1997, I want to say. I don't know. He lived until I was like a sophomore in college. So, I mean, it lived forever. But, like, we got him back in the day when, like, albino was, like, a thing. That makes sense. but he lived his life. TJ, what do you have on your shoulder?
That is my very large boy.
Big boy?
Oh,
Yeah, that's that's what we're telling you about.
So that's your over $2,000 boy.
yeah, he's just, I think his last weight was like 1988 or something.
Damn. That's honestly, that is a very, very big boy.
Yeah, but he makes some pretty babies. I love his dorsal. It's like my favorite thing about him. But
And what I do love, even though your lighting is not the best, you can still see the iridescence showing up.
yeah, some of the pictures I have on Instagram of him bring out all of these
Hey Google, lights off.
crazy markings. I'm really bad with the camera, in case you can't tell.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, I can see, like, it'll be like ball pythons don't have iridescence. They do.
No, he has this weird. Yeah, he's strange for, I guess.
Let me see if I can get the lights on.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's always real. Like, even his belly is real shiny. Well, that didn't help.
No, it didn't. Well, maybe.
Yeah, well, I saw it and I talked about it, so it's all good.
You're gonna pose now? You're gonna give a cute little face for him?
Oh, look at that. That'll be the mark. There we go. There we go. There we go. I will screenshot that. Look at the headstand.
He's got that. Yeah, I don't know. He's just a big boy. When he came, the guy told me he was big. When he came out of that bag, I was like, yep.
That's big.
And that was 500 grams ago. So
Wow.
he eats every 2 weeks a small rat, and he still gains.
My biggest male isn't even my oldest male. My biggest male is my clown, possible blade, possible hypo, and he's about, I want to say 1,200. My proven breeder is about $1,000 at best, but he hates food come breeding season.
He also doesn't ball up.
No, he doesn't ball at all.
I mean,
He's 3, almost 4. He might be 4 by now, but he's not very old for being as big as he is.
Come on, baby. There you go.
yeah, I mean, there's just something about, how you feed and the timing of these animals.
What are you doing?
Yeah, little things we're learning. At first, we probably weren't feeding large enough for the growth rate that we were hoping for. So we stepped up the size of our rats, and that made a huge difference.
So
And,
with stepping up that size, are you feeding less frequently, or are you just slamming them?
Pretty much everything we have is weekly.
Yeah. The younger ones are weekly. As they get into adulthood, then we switch off to a 2-week pattern. But until they're 1,000 grams, we've been keeping them on weekly.
Dude.
As long as they
I've been on the Phil at Finger Snakes mantra, right? Feed small all the damn time until females are building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll bulk it up as they're eating, right? So because the mindset of this is it takes so much less time to build up a small rat when you're growing your own than it is to build up mediums, right? And feed every other week.
Yeah,
definitely.
We don't feed anything bigger than a small rat. That's the largest we feed to anything. The breeder females, they might get fed more frequently, but they get smalls still.
Yep.
Maybe a larger small, but not.
I mean, that's something where it's like, I gave Chris from B&S some rats that I had called, and he's like, "Yo, these are mediums." I'm like, "Shit, they were my smalls." Let's go, John. John was the guest back when we did the pre-record. Everybody at Tinley, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because he's going to be
Let's go start throwing some.
I should be down the stairs in a minute. Dude.
I do the same, only feed smalls. Yeah, right? Because, John, it takes so long to get a medium up to size, correct? And by the way, we have small Kent here because this is what I do. Let my guests take the forefront and check out the Death Star over there. I think Jeremy was here. He's a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah, I had to show Jeremy the whole man cave thing. We were swapping man cave photos last week. I think he's got me beat though. He's got a few more helmets than I do, and it's okay though. We start producing snakes here, Jeremy. It's on. Just saying.
There we go. John Philly says it's not even for the safety of the snakes. It's easier on the digestion. There we go. Right, smaller meals, smaller.
Yeah.
You know, they're not wasting so much energy. And so somebody here in my community works at University of Pennsylvania, and they work in the cardiothoracic unit, which means the hearts, right?
Right.
So they're looking at ball pythons for the fact that, and pythons in general, for the fact that their heart gets bigger when they eat.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few species to do that.
And also, I think their liver enlarges as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean they're. So I mean that's kind of cool. Like, how do we take that python aspect, put it into human hearts, whatever? Jeremy says need stuff, and then nerd stuff. He failed, but it's okay. Smalls. Ashley from Pip Stalkers says we feed smalls, also a schmedium if they are bigger girls. Ashley, I assume by schmedium you mean like my shirt in the rat form. Sorry. Schmedium. It's a, you know.
That's kind of where we are. We weren't feeding large enough to the younglings to see the growth rate that we should be getting. Some of them were actually falling behind on the growth charts. And we just learned that if we just stepped up, and I'm talking the difference in, a weanling and a hopper.
I mean, it's not much, but it's hair.
Yeah. Just a little bit. And it made such a vast difference in the rate that the younglings were increasing in size, because they weren't growing at the speed that, by all the charts and everything, they should have been growing. So
I'm putting my foot up.
Jeremy, I almost put you in timeout because I clicked the wrong thing on the side of this
he
thing.
deserves it. He deserves it. Whatever it is, he's done it.
Whatever. Yes, Kent, just like your shirt.
Yeah, and actually, we were watching Jeremy's podcast earlier in the week where he was talking about that, where he does the 2-week feedings, and we just weren't seeing the growth rates. Now, once they hit that.
Oh, thank you.
Once we hit that 8,000-9,000 gram area, that's when we switch to the 2-week feedings, and that seems to work well, because then they're rolling in momentum on their size, and they seem to maintain their growth rate at that point. But prior to that, and it was really, there was an area pretty much between like 300 and 700 grams that we were seeing. It was taking just forever for them to get there.
Yeah, they were just not stepping up. So weekly works for us, but like I said, we don't feed giant either. And we've noticed since doing that, like the males, especially as they get older, most of them won't take every week anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, my males here, they're either eating or they're breeding or wanting to breed.
Well, even the older females who aren't breeding yet, we offer them, a weanling or something every week, and some of them will only eat every other week too. So we don't force it on them.
Oh, come on. Let the puppy jump up. Come on.
Want to say hi?
Oh, who's that?
Look, say hi.
This is Ryder.
Ryder.
Yeah, I'm rotten. Here's what I do. I'm rotten. Yeah.
Petulant 2-year-old.
He's mad. There's storms outside, and nobody's sitting with him. He doesn't like them.
Oh, well, Stella's like 8 years old. She's over there on the couch. She's given up on the fact that I'm going to interact with her today, at least until, 5:30-ish, something like that. But, yeah.
Dad, it's Thunder Booming.
Yes, I hear him.
Thunder Boomers for life.
It's okay. I promise you'll be okay.
He's almost, 10? His mother's almost 11, but he's still basically a perpetual 2-year-old, so.
Yeah, Stella's been my puppy, too. Now she's more gray than when she was a puppy, but whatever. It is what it is.
He gets on fire, too.
Yeah.
Because he knows.
He even gave you a kiss.
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we got jokes, Jeremy.
Oh.
I got goats.
We're in trouble in Tinley.
You got goats?
You're in trouble in Tinley this year.
No, we don't have goats.
Hey, Tinley in October. Some of us will go. Some of us will get COVID with our luck again.
Greg worried about me in Daytona, but we didn't know this many people. We were in Daytona last year. We know a lot of people now.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of like-minded people. He is screwed and does not realize it.
I don't know the weight, but like yay big. Like here's a pup, here's a hopper, here's a small.
Yeah, I was gonna say I consider small like just short of my hand. So
like a week once I remove them, then like a week later they're small.
I think let's see. Fuzzies are obvious. Pups are right after their eyes are open, just about time to take from moms. Weanlings are about a week after taken from moms, and smalls are 5 to 6 weeks.
Vern's from Canada, so he wants the weight aspect. I think Ashley might hit it.
It's like
correctly in
70 to 110 grams, I think, if you're looking at a vet's thing.
Glad you understand. Want to rewrite the question, and yeah, I mean that big.
Yeah, it depends on whose chart you're looking at, but I think if you Google it, it's settles somewhere between 70 and 110ish. That's a lot of measuring when you get past a few snakes, though.
Damn, Kent, your small is weaned. Well, normally, when I pull them out, that's when I consider them weaned. Come on, man. Yeah, right. This guy doesn't breed rats. Tell me how I feed my snakes. Whatever. He's a great guy. I love him to death, even though he's a Star Wars fan.
Hey, easy,
dude.
I know, I am too. We can fight about whether or not Greedo shot first. He didn't. Han always shot. But anyway, this has been all over the place for live for me. So
welcome to our world.
So, what are you guys looking for, like, to get into for the future of your ball python projects? Like, what genetics do you really want to add?
I just in the process of picking up a Phantom Krypton from Frank and AJ at FNA.
Shout out FNA. Check them out tomorrow, 4 p.m.
I'm going to go deep in Krypton, I think. I like the possibility of getting two different snakes out of the same animal, out of the same pairing. And I'd really like to find... I'm looking for an ultra male female. If anyone has an adult that they are willing to part with, and I don't have to auction my house for, trying to find one. I have a beautiful ultramale male, and I don't have anything to put him to. I stuck him to a normal het pied this year just to try to get some hets, but I'd really like to get the ultramale worked in with the Krypton and go that route with it as well.
Well, I mean, we talked about it last week how ultramel can be hard to find depending what you want to work it into,
Yeah.
especially on like an adult size.
And I'm impatient. I don't want to wait. I want a bigger one, but if you're gonna either spending time or you're spending money, right? So
Right.
So know what parent you're looking at for your Phantom.
yeah.
So for me, I got the ultramel male, right? Because I can pair that to more things, and then wait 3 years, whatever, and then repair that and make it. Then once I got that ultramel, it's like, oh, what project am I working that into? Ultramel pied, okay. What am I getting next? A pied 100% head ultramel girl.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to go the ultramale clown route, and I don't care for that.
I like it, but I don't want it. If that makes sense. So like ultramel pied, ultramel hypo, ultramel DG. Like I don't have DG yet or enhancer yet, but there's some things that I'm gonna work into that specific ultramel project.
Ashley done cut you down.
Why?
Told you I made some friends. What did I knock down? Why? Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
You destroyed the Millennium Falcon.
Hey now. We got the Angie shows. Now it might be 5 o'clock somewhere, but keep your mom juice to yourself for now.
I haven't had any mom juice yet. I may have to fix that.
I've had the COVID been up for like either like 3 days or asleep for like 2 days. It's weird. But yeah, I mean back to the ultramel thing.
We're doing so well. It's like ADD Central up in here.
Hey, I'm trying my best here.
Hey, we're with you, bud. It's everyday life for us. Trust me.
But you talk about ultramel, Greg. That's a project after my heart since I like working with it. We've been spending the whole freaking day talking about rats. And here we go. Greg, chance that Yoda to Boba Fett. I don't know what that means. I assume it's
Hold on, Jeremy.
Nerds. Yeah, hang on.
Hold on.
Hey, you just knocked that on the... Oh, Lord.
Is that better? This is the way.
Yes.
This is the way.
Well, so that is twice now, and TJ, I will send you that screenshot that I've gotten people from the community to be Boba Fett-ish on my blog. And I now don't know how to recover from this.
But back to ultramel.
Yeah, we're gonna go with ultramel. Greg doesn't want ultramel clown so much as he just wants ultramel.
Yeah, right. Ultramel everything, right? Ultramel the world.
Ultramel Mojave, Ultramel Phantom, Ultramel Krypton. I'm just saying.
Well, we put the ultramel to. We picked up that mail. We weren't expecting to be able to pick up anything this year to put into projects, but we got that mail. It was a surprise. He just happened to come into where we go weekly, and his price was just one of those deals that you would not pass up.
Oh, yeah. I've gotten those where it's like,
for real,
try shut up and take my money, that type of thing, right?
We would have been like, everybody here would have called us completely stupid if we had walked away from that deal. He's healthy, he's an adult, he's visual, and we paid a quarter of market price for him, and he will breed a shoestring.
See, Jeremy assumes by this comment that I watched the new season of The Mandalorian, which I have not yet. Sorry. Work it, Juicy. That's Greg again. What's up, homie? Zach, bro? Congratulations on the baby coming your way.
But we didn't really have anything to put him to ready, so but we did have a female that came of size about the time we picked him up. She's double het albino pied, so figured we'd have a full clutch of 100% albinos and possibly some double and triple hets in there. So
100% hit ultramels.
Yeah, they'd all be 100% het ultramels, and
then pos, and then hoping for the pod, right?
Yeah, some
over the albino.
double and triple hets couldn't be a horrible thing in there because ultramel pods are pretty freaking awesome too.
We went down to Daytona, and I was like, I want to find ultramel there, and we went through the whole show both days. I mean, and I was scouring the tables. I mean, I took both days to look at all the tables. We hit one side per day there, and just didn't really find much in the way of ultramel.
No,
I did pick up an ultramel, or a het ultramel het clown.
Yeah.
That I stole there.
That was actually within an hour of walking in the first morning. We picked him up, and it was another one of those can't walk away without it deals. But that was literally the only ultramel deal we walked out of there with.
Yeah, so I told her I was kind of giving up on my ultramel dreams for this year and was just going to try it next year. And then we went into Pet Paradise one day, and one of the girls that works there knows that I was looking for one. She says, "Hey, I got something you're going to want to see." Oh, yeah? And she goes over and pulls this adult ultramel male out, and we're like, yeah, that's going home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like it, obviously, a little too much.
Well, it's one of the things that I wanted for me. I absolutely enjoy them, so.
And we can fight about Monarch and whatnot, and who cares at the end of the day? I mean, it's what you like. And
I think they're both gorgeous, but I think they're both going to have a place as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Monarch is stupid expensive right now, and for me, there's really no real enticement for me to elevate Ultramel to Monarch.
I don't think you ever answered Ashley.
I don't think that's elevation. What was that?
Ashley asked you what you were going to put that Phantom Krypton male to.
I'm hoping to find another Krypton female.
Well, how can you know you want to? Yeah, she's not talking about my penis. She's talking about my ultra.
She's talking about your ultra male. Show me that ultra male thing, big boy.
I actually, for the first time, I actually can't because he's in getting paired. So, first live ever. Here's what Zach got. Confusion Het Clown and Super Inchy Blade. Clown Het DG. Nice. That's awesome, man.
So what else do we have to finish actually answering the question?
Honestly, Ashley, to answer your question about what I'm going to put that Krypton to, everything.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a house full of bells. Or bell complex. So we're gonna have a whole lot of white snakes on our table the first time we've in. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he does. Austin has some Ultramel stuff available, but unfortunately, we need to either go, commit some sort of going over the St. Lawrence type of thing, or have Jaffe ship with boats and whatnot. We're gonna go fishing right in the middle of St. Lawrence or whatever river is there. We're just gonna meet up and bait boxes which happen to contain ball pythons.
Okay.
So nobody actually test me on that. It's a Probably like multiple felonies, I would think, and some other things, but Kent knows how it's done. Yeah, right.
Krypton into your Xanthic.
Put Krypton
Yeah,
into
we're
Xanthic.
definitely playing with two, Jeremy. That's one of the ones we're going to work on.
But yeah,
I was going to go clown everything at first, but I think I've got a few clown girls growing up. But I told TJ the other day, and she damn near strangled me. But I think I'm going to move more into the Krypton than the clowns, because I can still make clowns with the Kryptons. So if you can make both, why not make both?
Yep. Hey, so Stella has to go out. I'm gonna dip myself. We're hitting the last part of this, 90 minutes. So please, show off more snakes and wait until I come back.
Okay, we can do that.
Let's see, Ashley. Ashley, Greg's still looking for female ultramales. Oh crap! Why can you make me have to bend my leg? That should hurt.
What is behind me?
I don't know.
Let me know.
I'm trying. The chair's behind you.
Hello, puppy face.
I'm gonna go on your chair now.
Okay, you go on my chair.
Thanks.
Puppy face. Here, take this beautiful boy out. Maybe he won't bite me.
Greg's looking for ultramale females, and I need some blackhead, preferably female as well.
Luke, dude, really?
Did Luke blow it up?
God, nose. Dude.
And yeah, well, in Vernia, we plan on putting Xanthic. I want to play with Xanthic in a whole lot of stuff, but
really,
our Xanthics aren't grown up very well. Yeah, they're not very big.
Your snake's an asshole.
I'm not cleaning that up. He's up here for a reason. Yeah, Jeremy, we've got a pair of VPI. Well, they're not hatchlings anymore. They were hatchlings when we got them last year at Daytona. Male and female pair. And then we've got a VPI, or a het VPI. She's blade. I think she's NG blade. She's definitely blade het VPI. And then we've got a VPI het pied male. The female's just not up to size yet. The male is.
You're getting her out.
Hi, jerkface. What you doing? You want to say hi? Greg doesn't like him.
I do like him.
Well, he likes how pretty he is.
He just has asshole tendencies.
He's this pretty boy. You want to say hi?
Hold on, I gotta clean his hide up.
This is Luke, for the record. And he is...
You have to give the full name.
I'm not giving the full name. He is a super inchy butter ghost het. He's pos het pied. Dude, stop that.
Luke, you're disgusting.
He's also being cussed for filling his hide full of poop.
No, he did it on the back side of it.
Say hi. His Olaf is starting to look like a stormtrooper head. I'm doing the guy.
Man down.
Don't you hit me. I'll pop you. Kodam. Okay, I read condom. Sorry. What genes do you want to add into your Krypton Kodam-wise?
I have a house full of Enchi. It's going to wind up in there.
It's okay.
I'm going to have a Krypton for every member of the Bell Complex. Ultramel, Xanthic. I mean, honestly, I want to put Krypton to everything.
He's just going to put Krypton to
Krypton
everything.
world.
He hasn't sat down and done out his breeding plan, but when he does, it'll change 17 times.
Hey, you leave my ADD alone.
We will have lots of albino, though, Ashley, if you want to look at what we have when our clutches come out, because we have...
Red stripe, too.
Yeah, we have 2 albino clutches. That's his.
So, sorry for making you guys, big screen, but old lady dog had to.
No, you're
There we
good.
go.
What are you doing? If you hit me, we're gonna fight. You hear me? Did you?
Great.
Who you got? Oh, you got Wicked.
Hi, bud. Hi, bud.
Say hi. No, not that way. Yep. Dude, Greg has a serious red stripe addiction, so we have a whole bunch of these.
Hey, nothing wrong with red stripe, right?
No, I like red stripe. This one's a male. Just he's also getting ready to shit. He is male het clown.
I'm gonna try to make some supers.
Yeah, he wants.
I mean, when I say I like red stripe, I do like the ball python gene,
Yeah.
but I do like the hooray beer part of it.
He also looks extremely fat, but he's getting ready to shed, so he's not that much overweight. Hey, did you just leave me with him with a full sausage butt? Really?
Oh, that was very loud. Hey, if you get pissed on and shit on a live by a ball python, it's a good thing. It could be worse.
The lizard got me last week.
It could be worse, TJ. You can go trying to tell Tiki's, here's how you pop a snake, and then it everywhere.
That's pretty much something that would happen to me.
Yeah, you want to see the gender of a snake I have for sale? It's gonna piss and everywhere.
I brought we were on something. Elias, we were on Keys's thing week before last, and Elias was up here, so I brought the gargoyle out to show her. I have one that I rescued, and the minute I picked her up to show her, she dropped everything in her guts on the desk. I was like,
Yep. That's why my tablecloth is a shower curtain.
well, I mean, Greg was offended, but it's plastic. You know, it's PVC desk. It's fine.
Whatever. Better than taking the cotton swab and cleaning everything out.
I like albino in certain things. I'm not one to just throw it into everything, guys. I have it. I agreed to it for pied projects. Greg has it with the black pastel.
So that is a actual nice, normal albino with black pastel. That one is hands down my favorite, OG albino. Throw it with black pastel. Awesome. I do have a pairing that's a super enchy albino to my male clown, possible blade, possible het hypo. So I mean that's gonna be cool. Maybe we'll find out whether or not the blade shows up in the babies. Everything's gonna be enchy and double het, and then pos het. But we don't care about that because we won't be able to tell it.
Let's see. We picked up a trio last summer that was a visual male albino pied, and then two females that were both double het albino pied. One was a normal double het, and one was a pinstripe double het. And the thought was, obviously, the visual albino, we bought the whole trio for what we would have paid for the male himself, but with the with the females, no matter what we put them to, even back to the visual, we would be kind of guaranteed to get some regular pods, some single genes, so it wouldn't all be straight albino or albino pods. Did you just come up here with like 3 of them?
Stud Muffin was up at the window and was like,
"Oh,
yo,
he's demanding."
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's Han. That's
So
that's Greg's admission to snakes are expensive after he threatened me over what my pod cost. This is Banana Inchy Clown.
And I'm noticing very little of the dots.
Yeah, he's actually very clean. Yeah, he's pretty reduced. He's
clean.
2? Yeah, he's 2.
He's 2. just turned.
So I'm assuming that's the entry in there doing the reducing?
I think so. I think between the Enchi and the Clown.
A lot. He's from Chad Halker over here in Virginia Beach. A lot of Chad's bananas don't have a ton of spots on them, I've noticed.
Yeah. So we are trying to avoid the Disney killing this live because apparently Greg has a TV showing Star Wars shit.
Oh, Jesus. Hey,
so Jeremy wanted some music. We can't do the music, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Don't.
It's now frozen on, I don't know. I think there's some destroyers going on something. I don't know. But I love how Jeremy was the one that noticed that, so I appreciate it.
Sorry. Didn't mean to.
My bad. Didn't
threaten
even think about it. That's my screensaver.
Well, here, you do it.
Okay.
I just think that's funny as hell.
Hey, Google, man, cable lights on.
I didn't tell it to turn everything off. I said Roku.
I had already turned off the Roku, so it went to
it
mode.
Wasn't blinking. The bitch doesn't listen right.
Oh, now you all orange.
Yeah, great. So, this is Chewy. Sensing a theme here. He's not letting go of my hand right now, but he's spot nose head clown.
Nice. Are you trying to work something into like a Batman project with that?
Yes, that was the plan. Ran into a little snag finding a female leopard clown, but we'll get there.
We got one of those now.
Yeah, we got one now.
Oh, we got a spot nose leopard girl here growing up. Possible head for piebald.
We got booby head downstairs. He'll grow up in a couple years.
Hold on. If I'm gonna get termed or whatever for Star Wars shit, no.
I'll write you a letter. It's our fault. It wasn't your fault.
Hold on. How long do I have?
What's wrong?
Hold on. I can't post that in there. Damn it. But I can post a link. I think this is what it is. Anyway, go watch that in the chat. Anyway. I mean, I think there's a way I can do it. Hold on. You know what? I actually want the minutes from this, so I'm not gonna. That's off Disney.
Jeremy's like, I really did like the slideshow.
Disney, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
It was not his fault. We promise. Just the ADD took over. Sorry. What are you doing?
So I guess this isn't the point where I should say Disney bought Star Wars and screwed it up anyway.
I mean, they weren't the ones that invented Jar Jar Binks, so.
Oh yeah, you give them that.
Well, but they were the ones that brought him to life. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, Disney actually did bring him back in the form of a Jedi Knight. And, anyway.
On a less Disney related subject, this guy, I don't know if you can see his head, but his head stamp is the one that is on our logo.
Your logo. All right, yeah. Well, I don't have the logo up here, but yeah. Kent, you just made me proud for the first time.
Do I have the wine ready? No, I have liquor ready. I'm out of wine. Greg didn't let me refill the wine after last week. He was a little offended that I drank the entire half gallon.
Can we agree that a half gallon of wine is not a single serving?
Are you asking Angie? No, she's not going to agree to that.
I'm not asking Angie. I'm asking everyone but Angie and who else was in there? Jeremy.
I'm waiting for the answers for them to disagree with you.
No, hold on. I'm typing something.
Greg seriously does not. That's the first thing he said to me the next morning is,
oh my god, I just read what Jeff and or Angie typed and typed that in my own response.
The Greg's first words to me the next morning were, "When are you going to learn that a bottle of wine is not a single serving?"
It comes in a single serving container. Why not?
Thank you. You don't share your bottle of beer. I'm not going to share my bottle of wine. See? I handled myself professionally. Can I put him away now?
Oh my god.
Careful, he's not letting go.
I might have to send Nick to the store again. Ouch!
Tammy says I don't drink.
Aisle 7.
Hey, your opinion counts not on drinking, but on snakes and reptiles. So
that's right.
Juicy says 1 bottle equals 1 serving.
Here we go.
So we're back on this. So 1 keg. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm here. And if you made it this far, you love me. I breed snakes.
Apache, what are you doing, son?
Well, look at Greg getting choked out by this crazy,
this murderous animal.
Ball python, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's horrible.
He's such an awful animal.
It's probably my fault for being such a terrible keeper. I bring him out and put him around my neck every night and teach him bad habits like that.
But it's a ball python.
Yeah.
I mean, I could bring out one that's in shed that's a cantankerous asshole that we all know is because Malacio sent him to me. Heard to me. He's in blue right now and will eat me.
Poor Wiz. All the snakes hate him. Hey, where's he going? He's wrapped in the chair. I can't pull him out. I won't tell he's done, but there he goes. Come here. Thanks.
Oh, come on. He's going to bite Greg's ear. Everybody watching that hates our community, look at this. This cantankerous son of a gun that's going to eat this big old man.
Right.
Come on.
Ban them all. They're vicious.
Yeah, it's not Arya, at least. Actually.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't seen that video, you should really go see that one.
Yeah, if you missed that, that was epic.
When you say Arya, you mean like Steve?
The snake that tried to take Greg's face out on Keys a few weeks ago.
Yeah, was it Hair Down Friday who were on there?
No, it was that Wednesday night.
Oh, okay.
Balls and things.
Yeah, that's right.
Yo, go check out Keys Instructors every Wednesday and
shout out to Keys
Friday, right? Usual suspects.
Man, Keys and Kike and Emilio, those guys have really helped us to get a little traction out here, and we really appreciate those guys. And Kent, you and Ken with LMK, I mean, you guys are really we fell into the right tribe.
A lot of people, for real.
Yeah, right? It's all about finding your tribe, finding your right people, and the people that get you too. On top of that, with liking these crazy,
I mean,
and whatnot.
I mean, aside from the traction on social media and all, just the amount of input and learning that I've been able to do. I mean, that's one of the things I love about the hobby is I learn something new every day, and if I don't, then I'm failing.
Oh yeah, and me too. I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
Do you see this? Now, I think I might have said earlier last week, COVID, assuming that I might be driving my truck down to the crawfish boil. So these guys, Angie, do a crazy get together down there.
We're gonna
butt ton of crawfish.
Stop.
We're gonna make an effort to come up to Jeremy's, and I'm bringing the crazy with me.
Go lay down.
She's talking to the dog, not Greg. Hey, Greg.
Yeah, that's what you say. We'll go with that.
But yeah, I mean, it's
The The dog's
It's
a good
fun
cover.
community.
Last week somebody asked if he was safe. We can't be having that happen often.
It was probably on my birthday show. It's all right. What's up, Stan? He calls me Chef Kent because I've showed him some stuff. Yeah, Kent, it would be great. Wink. There we go. He figured it out.
I mean, should I bring my skirt?
Hey, Stan. Look, Stan showed up. Should you bring your skirt?
Should I bring my skirt and my my halter top?
If you wear a skirt, I'm wearing a skirt.
Oh, come on. Jeremy.
I mean,
you know that barbecue's going to be great. I'm cooking for you.
hey, all jokes aside, have smoker will travel. If you want, I'll throw the smoker on the trailer and come up and give you a hand cooking the food.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got no drawback with that at all.
I got a new one that I'm going to burn out in like a week and a half, I think. So I'll have to buy a Traeger or something like that. Yeah, if you've seen me smoking meat, smoking meat. Got to get over the COVID somehow.
That's it.
But yeah, it's been good. Made my own bacon, made my own birthday dinner. Yeah.
That bacon look killer you made too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Look, it's been a very, very long time since I've had fresh smoked bacon, for real.
But you could have the option to do that pork belly, smoke it, and make it pulled pork, or just slice it and make it bacon.
I grew up where my daddy still slaughtered hogs. We had the salt boxes, the cold smoke houses. We had all of that. So not having that now, it makes me jealous, for real.
Hey man, TJ, the worst thing taste that you had from that pig was the oink, right?
Well, we still did head cheese, so I'm not going to say the oink was the worst. My dad didn't believe in wasting anything.
I mean, I eat scrapple, but head cheese. Oh.
Hey man, I ate beef balls the other week, so it's fine.
Yeah, my dad. Although I can say that I'd take head cheese over some of the other things that I was forced to eat growing up. So
I don't know, scrapple.
Yeah, me too, but not that much.
I like scrapple. I'll take scrapple any day. I like scrapple. I'm from the South. There's a lot of things we eat that people will not. I will never turkey hunt again for reasons. So
I'll get my fall and spring turkey here. What? Scrapple.
you have to have the right scrapple. And wait, because you're from Pennsylvania. The last time I asked for scrapple in Pennsylvania, I got a bowl of gray shit. So
Yeah,
what
it's
is
like
your version of scrapple?
pig remains at best with cornmeal.
Well,
You have to cook it right, man.
yeah, seriously, I asked for scrapple in a diner in Pennsylvania, and they gave me a literal bowl. It looked like gray grits.
Or shit on shingles is another thing.
Well, I mean, we eat that. They must
Yeah,
have
but you do it better.
No, the turkeys did not chase me around the woods. My father literally did not believe in wasting anything, including the brains.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There is something wrong with that. You don't eat turkey brains, okay? And you damn sure don't scramble them into eggs. And that was his favorite thing to do with
them. It thickens them up.
No. Mm-mm. And I eat potted meat, but mm-mm.
All right, TJ. So we're on the what's the worst thing you've ever eaten? Like as far as like parts of a animal or meal in general.
Turkey brains.
Turkey brains, straight up.
You think I'm joking? Dad literally would. I hated turkey season for that reason. He would scramble turkey brains into eggs.
And your dad must have been a pretty decent shot to avoid the brain and feed it to you.
Shot it. Yeah. Shot it through the neck. That's what I was told.
All right.
Tammy says not.
Make me laugh because I was telling about telling Greg about how I eat bear. Whatever random shit.
But we ate a lot of things growing up. I was fine with being, it was a good way to grow up. Dad would slaughter a lot of fresh meat. We always had a freezer full, but that was not one of my favorite delicacies. Jeremy. I'm not going to say that I didn't eat some lead growing up. I might not have always been the best shot, but you know.
Hey, you ever? The worst part about the rabbit is that pellet that's in there from the bad shot.
That one that you don't find. That's the one.
And you find it with your teeth.
Bite down. Yep. Gets embedded in your molar for about a week.
Why you only put rabbit in stew? That way the lead sinks to the bottom of the pot.
Yeah, I mean, good rabbit stew. So
it's just extra seasoning. It's fine. It's fine. A little heavy metal never hurt anybody. It's all good.
Yeah, whatever.
I know, you're funny.
Can't handle the texture of brains. Tammy, that's why you put it in like eggs or something to thicken it up.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any better. But, you know, I'm sure that, well, you know.
Really? The texture's what you worry about? Not the taste?
For the record, my dad was born in the 30s on a tobacco plantation, so that's how they lived. They did not waste anything. So it's just how he was. And I can't fault him for that.
Hey, Jeremy, don't joke about no tree rat now. I'll fry some tree rat up in a minute.
Hey, man. Ashley, people gotta eat. Don't let me get you on the next level of food safety and food, how we're gonna survive as a people. It's dubia roaches and freaking crickets. Sorry. Yeah.
No, Tammy, they don't. But scrambling eggs, stuff into eggs often can make it better, especially with lots of cheese. But brains wasn't one of them.
Jeremy wasn't joking. One of the hunter things is to wrap everything in bacon. Preferably bacon that you smoke yourself in your own smoker.
I love rabbit and squirrel. I miss rabbit and squirrel. I don't get to hunt like I used to.
Well, Vern, in Canada, they recommend not eating a lot of things like they do in America, much like Kraft mac and cheese, or Velveeta. Well, yeah, you can catch chronic wasting disease from bad deer that you may or may not shoot and or eat.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I don't know what I'm taking too far, the chronic wasting disease or the other thing I just said.
No bacon? You lost me at no bacon.
I think it's the bacon. He doesn't want bacon on his wild game.
All right. Well, Jeremy.
It's craft dinner. No.
Hey, man, I got to trademark that name there.
What are you doing?
The crap part. But anyway.
You're fine.
Yes, so I know it's raining. All right. So our dogs are seemingly wanting to leave us right now.
I got it. Yeah.
Shut up!
Oh, what is he barking at? Come on now.
I don't know. Somebody's about to eat.
Right? But anyway, it's still going on right now. Aside from the thunderstorm that you may or may not be able to hear outside, Jay from Arc of Life is doing a 36-hour live challenge that started today at 10 a.m. I don't know where he's at in his thermometer right now, but he's still going live on USR or on Instagram for USR Florida and whatnot going on. So if I can go back here all the way through the freaking chat because I'm a dumbass and I didn't actually post it.
It goes to the back or something.
Whatever.
We probably have them.
Donate here and or here. And go have fun. Because we are here. But anyway, so thunderstorms happening. I assume I'm going to lose my power and or service soon. Because it sounds like it's Florida here.
I was kind of hoping they were barking at FedEx, dropping off rat food, but
Fox News, yeah, that's what it is. I like baking ground into my venison burgers. First, Tammy, you have to put the fat in the lean meat. Dogs barking. The ghost that was in the background. Anyway,
Is Hank across the street?
no.
Greg, you want to say we're done? Send you off to the Angies and the J Arc of Life. And
Yeah,
we had a good time, and we'll talk again about 3 a.m. or something about rock music.
absolutely.
All right.
Star Wars.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you guys on this day where we're talking about USR. Hold on. Got to do the thing again. Boom. Go ahead and be a bronze member over Greg's face and go support Jay from Jay's Arc of Life doing his 36-hour challenge. And we will see you next week. Hold on. I can't get this off. We will see you next week where we have Lauren from Multiplayer Morphs on. And thanks again to our guests for joining. And like I said, I appreciate all of you guys.
Thanks, Scott, for coming out and supporting us.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
Hold on. Where's the... There we go.
Late one. All right.
Patsy, what are you doing?